Welcome back to Studio 60 Live. Today with us in the studio is Mr. William Jones, who's the Dean of Academic Affairs, Bachelor of Business Administration Programs at SBS, Swiss Business School, Ras Al Khaimah branch, UAE. He has previously worked at the Western International College, Kill Shakespeare Entertainment Live Stage Reading, and event AAA. Hello, sir, and welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to be here.
So let me start by asking you this. People tend to put higher education such as master's degrees and PhDs in favor of professional experience and development. Could you tell us a little bit more? Could you tell us your opinion on that?
Well, sure. I actually think it needs to be a combination of both. So, for example, you want the experience, but you also want the degree. In many places, you actually need the degree in order to get ahead. I'll give you an example. My mother-in-law has worked at the same company for 15 years. She doesn't have a bachelor's degree. She has a high school diploma. She's worked there. She knows her material, but she's had to train each one of her bosses. And she's trained 4 different people to be her supervisor because they have the degrees. So there's a trade-off in between. You need the experience, obviously, but in order to get into higher management, you also need the degree that goes with it.
So, sir, you are talking about the new kind of teaching skills for Student 2.0. So, how have you implied that in your life, in your own teaching skills?
Well, the first thing is to realize that this paradigm shift that we talked about, it no longer is in the classroom where the teacher stands up and lectures and all of the students are quiet and obedient and sitting down taking their little notes. That has shifted. And a lot of that has shifted from what was referred to as student-based learning or project-based learning. So for me, my classroom is chaotic. It looks like a bomb went off quite often. My students are moving around, they're in groups. We do things very fast. So I will assign something and I will tell them, okay, you've got 60 seconds, go. And they jump up, they go and do it, and then at the end of 60 seconds, they're back in their seats and we're talking. And that shift in the paradigm, the shift in education, it means that my students are much more active. And I think you may know this. What is easier for you to learn? Something that you're doing or something that somebody's telling you about doing?
The first option.
Yeah.
So you stressed on the importance of gaining an MBA in today's day and age. Why do you think this has become such an important part of a resume?
Well, for not just an MBA, but any advanced degree, such as an MBA or master's degree or a PhD, I think that they open more doors for you. That's the real benefit of getting higher education. So if you have a high school diploma, that's nice. It means that you've got the basic core requirements to get in the door. But the higher level degrees open more opportunities for you because they show that you've got the dedication to go forward. At our school, we offer MBAs, a 14-month MBA program. We have 1,500 students currently enrolled in the system across all of the UAE. And most of the people that come into our program are working professionals. So they're working, they're getting the experience like we talked about a little bit earlier, but they found at their employment that they need something to get them a promotion. They need something that can give them a little bit more educational background, maybe to start their own business or other things that are required. By having the advanced degree, it gives you the opportunity, more opportunities than not having it.
Okay, so you are talking about students, like when you give an assignment to your student, they move around. So as equal as to that, how do you think extracurricular activities has an importance to their life while studying or while learning?
This is a fantastic question, actually. You are students here. We've had that discussion off air. And I think one of the things that brought you here, okay, yes, of course it's the academics, but there's more to it than that. You don't want to just come here, be here for 3 hours, do your homework and go home. That's not the university experience. That's not what you're here for. You want the mix of academics, you want the mix of extracurricular activities, you want the mix of all of these things coming together so that you have the student life and so that you are able to expand yourself. I think a lot of extracurricular activities work really well for letting you expand your own limits. Maybe you want to learn video production. And if there are extracurricular activities that would allow you to do that, maybe you're an engineering student, but you're interested in video. So all of these things combine together to form the whole that is the student 2.0, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So another thing that you mentioned in your speech today is that people have started trusting social media over verified news outlets. So why do you think that is?
I think that it's easier and quicker, to be honest and truthful. Let's be very honest. There's so much information out there that we're bombarded with it all day long. I mean, on my mobile phone, my data package, it explodes every day when I turn it on. And my phone sounds like it's a stock ticker, ding, 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 for all of the tweets and everything else that's happened between the times that I've turned it on and turned it off. And because of that information overload, if one of my friends posts, so-and-so said this, oh, well, that's horrible. I'm going to like that, and I'm going to share that, and it's fast, it's easy, and because of that, I think the problem that we run into is we don't think about what did they just say happened. And because of the speed and the ability and the easiness of it, it makes it very easy to just let it come in your eyes, out your finger, and it's done.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with us.
Thank you very much for having me. I've greatly enjoyed it, and it was an honor to be here.
Same here, sir.
Thank you.
That was it for today for today's segment. Keep watching Studio 60.